um, from your perspective, right? It's so powerful what you guys share. Coming up, Ice Cold Swan, Visha. To talk to Visha. She's coming in. Are you in? God? God. Visha! Oh,
Hi.
this is so normal. I feel like I talk to you all the time.
Yeah, you can see me, right? The internet connection?
Perfect. Like it never
Yeah.
went wrong.
Okay,
Thank you
great.
for joining us.
Yeah, so thanks. Like, when you created that page, I was like, when I saw your flyer for today's show, and you tagged the poetry community, I was like, okay. So you finally did it. Like, you talked in the
Yes.
A Poetic View community that you're gonna create a page. Like, someone mentioned it in the comments.
Yes.
Like, you should create a page, and you did it, and I was like, yes.
It's thank you for like embodying my excitement because that's how I feel. Like how you feel right now.
I
I
was like,
yeah.
yeah, because the name suits perfectly. Poetry community.
hmm
That
It,
just got me.
thank you. I came up with the idea like 2 weeks ago, but a lot of things maybe you can resonate with this as well. Like anything new, there are challenges for me in my humanity of like pushing through it, right? And facing the
Hmm.
fears of like, okay, you don't know what it looks like, but there's so much excitement behind it that I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I just want to do it now, right? And a lot of times
Yeah.
it takes the idea of like telling a friend, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, like Lex Luthor, she's so dope. She's in Florida
Hmm.
too. She was on Sibel's show, and Sibel asked
Yeah,
her,
I watched her.
yes,
Amazing.
you do the open mics amazingly too as well. When you do perform, and
Thank you.
she told of course she told she asked Lex, she's like, do you have any poetry up on your page? Lex is like, no, not yet. And then she's like, okay, next time you got to. And within 2 days,
She finally
she
posted.
posted it, and I'm like, yo,
Posted,
that's
yes.
so. And that's my favorite thing about our community is that, and that happens in different ways, right? Not just that, but when I say something and I put it out there, like I tell you,
Hmm.
right, or somebody else, then we gotta fucking do it. You know what I mean? We gotta do it.
People show up. People show up and do what they say.
Yes, that's why I love that because that's there's a stat I remember from a couple years ago about accountability, right?
Hmm.
When you have an accountability buddy, right, where you share your dreams and goals with, you are 90% more likely to do those goals.
Okay. That's
Powerful.
that's something. Now everyone have to go to the someone and find someone, just who they can be comfortable to share it all with, because not every person can be comfortable with everyone, and for to find that right person is also something.
We have a whole community of them, which is my favorite thing.
Yes,
So it's
it's
like,
like
yeah,
I just posted like probably like half an hour ago on my story that um, something about like changing, growing into myself, like
mm,
starting from the 1st June today. It's like I'll be sharing my progress here on my stories, and like if you're in, you're in.
yes,
Because, okay, so for today's prompt is like self-love, right? I'm definitely going to write the for the story for the prompt. It's gonna take a few days because there is a lot of thought process going behind that.
yes,
I feel
absolutely.
like it's
There is
going.
specifically for
Hmm.
at Poetry Community, if you do want to share your story or your
Yeah.
journey in self-love or just your journey at in general, Visha, you could write about it and then tag us, and I'll post the fuck out of that. You know what I mean? Like because you know what it looks like. So when you know somebody's story, you feel connected to
Yeah.
them, and that can inspire somebody. Because I don't know sometimes the things that you go through, and when you do share it, I'm like, yo, I have a lot
Hmm.
of love for you now. You know what I mean? Like I respect you so much more, and then it's like a constant good flow together in the community.
Yeah, but like when I saw the prompt, I was like, it takes a lot to even just write down your emotion. How is it going to feel when you write down the whole story?
Oof, I've never done it, and I'll do it first. I'm
Me too,
doing it
I've never
first.
done it.
I like.
Like it is,
Mhm.
how long it would be.
And that's the beauty of it. It comes down to you. Like, if some people aren't comfortable with sharing everything, a micro poem will be
Hmm.
perfect. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the beauty of poetry. Is like some people prefer long poems, like Steve, like rambling idioms.
Yeah.
He prefers long ways.
Hmm.
Somebody like MK can do a little bit of both, right? And there's some people who just kill it, like KMS. She kills the micro poetry game. Like four
Yeah.
lines, 2 lines, kills it.
Like
And but the beauty of that is no matter what form you come with, it's
hmm.
still powerful. It's no matter what,
It's
right?
still writing is something, it's raw, it's full of passion, and that's what makes it so
Yes.
incredible, especially poetry. You can like do so many things. Especially, can you see me now?
Yes, I can see better now.
Yeah. So I was saying that especially the like the modern sort of poetry, we're not like confined to any grammar patterns or anything. Like before that, there were so many requirements that we had to go through. Like words need to rhyme, and now there is free verse. Poetry is freedom now,
Yes.
especially in the way how it is written
Hmm.
in today's generation.
Absolutely.
You rhyming poetry.
Hmm.
You just have to write it from your heart.
Yes, that's my favorite.
That's what matters.
You,
Yeah.
you you know what's beautiful? I come to find that the only limits that are put into my life, regardless if it's in poetry or relationships or family,
Mm.
right? The only limits come from what I set in my head. That's it. If I
Yeah.
believe that, oh no, I can't write short poetry, I will believe that. I will believe it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you open your mind to the freedom that you can write anyway, like literally commit to yourself, be like, I don't give a fuck if my past told me and I have no credentials to show that I can write short, medium, or long, whatever it may be. When I get into that mindset, which is all day by the way, I try to do
Mm.
this every single day, that anything is possible in my mind, that I could write anything. I could literally, because
That is true.
nothing will come in the way. Nothing comes in the way when you believe anything is possible.
Yes, that is so true. Like I always wrote long poems. And before like 2 months ago, I did not even think I could write poetry. Because I've been writing for 4 years, and in the past 4 years, I wrote three poems. And I used to be just writing about like writing prose and all that. But since starting this page, I have wrote so many poems that it's fucking crazy.
I love it.
Like I never thought I could.
Because you believe it now, right? Because you know what it is?
Yeah,
It may be one person that's constantly posting every day, but it's the accumulation of everybody. You're like, damn, all these people are doing this. I could do this, right? I could do this. That's what it comes
that is
down to.
something else.
It is.
Yes.
It's powerful when you really grasp that. Do you mind if I read a poem that I found today about self-love, bravery, your own story?
Yes, definitely. Go ahead.
This is by Rose Thorne's 1921. Kaylin York. She says, being brave is understanding the cost of being different. It's acting on what you know to be right at your core, not going by what is easy. It's taking on that attacks of the ones who oppose you and still choosing not to back down. Being brave is understanding that your heart is an easy target for the bullets of demons that attempt to obliterate you to nothing, yet still choosing to suit up, slapping on your war paint, and fighting them anyway. Being brave is a war cry for those who choose to be an unshakable force.
Beautiful.
Love it. How does that make you feel,
Like
Visha? I feel hype
it just
right there.
it attacks my heart because sometimes we are not brave. Sometimes we do not have the courage to be brave. And it fucking sucks because when you're preaching self-love, like internally, you really want to preach that,
Yeah.
but sometimes you just don't have the courage to it. You feel guilty.
Mm. Yes.
You feel guilty because you're like, I preach something, but I do not act on it sometimes. It makes your it makes your whole like structure the whole mindset is in doubt. It makes you doubt your whole mindset. And that's what I've been focusing on. It's like I told, like the last time I was live with you, like I did not know about self-love until last year, like
Mm.
the whole concept of it.
We
That
talked
was
about it.
so
Yeah.
foreign. Yeah, that was so foreign to me. And since I've discovered it, it's like a whole new world, like a whole
Yes.
new way of looking at life has been opened.
Yes.
Like you look at small things and you really appreciate it. When you learn about just about the concept, even if you hear it from a poem or from a video or from people talking about it, it's like you start taking in those small things, like someone getting you a cup of coffee or just someone just doing things for you. Just like start appreciating stuff. I feel like as much as you start loving yourself, you start loving other people too, as much more,
Ooh,
and their
yes.
small actions.
Yes.
Yes,
Beautifully said.
that's what, because for me, self-love is like, I define it by like having a peace in my mind. It's like being content in what kind of thoughts you have in mind. So it's like, since then I've been like practicing journaling and like meditation. It's
Yes. Oh, journaling.
like I love doing that. Like whenever
Yes.
I had guilt, like I've been guilty about not doing it often.
Happens to me all the time.
I've been guilty about not doing it often. And for me, it's like I told you, like I just posted like probably like 42 half an hour ago or 1 hour ago on my story that I want to be I want to instill these habits in my routine, like
Yes.
everyday routine.
And if you want it, you'll
Like
do it, right, Visha? If you really
yes,
want it,
yeah, like again, it takes courage to do that. Like
it does.
for something to become a habit to even a part of your routine, it's like you're giving something up for that. Like
Yes.
if I want to do daily journaling, I need to wake up before my sister does,
Yes.
because she will,
I love that.
as much as I love her, she will irritate me. She doesn't understand the concept. It's okay, but I need to wake up before her. I need to give up some hours of sleep. Like I do not need to like stay in bed like till 10 a.m. in the morning. I need to wake up at like 7:30 to 8 in the morning to get up and do it.
Yes. You
It
you
takes it takes discipline, self-discipline.
yes. And
Self-discipline is everything for like achieving that level of self-love.
yes. You know why, Visha?
Yeah,
Like from my experience. And first of all, thank you for sharing that.
yeah,
That you have like the most like profound thoughts that you just like verbally express, like in little parts. You're like, oh yeah, just hear me out. No,
yeah,
it's so profound. The idea that I've experienced is that look, if I'm conditioned to normally do something a certain way, and
mm,
I've done it for like 10, 15 years, right? And
yeah,
I expect myself to figure that out within a minute. Think about that for a second. If I do something for 15 years the same exact way, but then all of a sudden I see a better, like a more proactive way of doing it for my life,
mm,
I want to live and reach my goals. It will take. Think about the energy. If you did something for 15 years, but not only that, the energy and the discipline and the
yeah,
consistency, right, to even match that, and the energy that you have to come with every single day, because it's
yeah,
so easy to fall back into 15 years of stuff, right? It's so easy.
mm,
Think about that. Like I brush
yeah.
my
This,
teeth the same way I've done probably my whole life, right? Imagine if I try to change it now. I would probably be like, because we don't even think about it when we brush our teeth, right? We
yeah,
don't. So the idea is the same thing. And not only that, like having the discipline, like you said, recognizing what you are changing and what you want to move forward with, right? And being consistent is the most key for this
yes,
situation. And I think the one that goes underrated, and maybe like the motivational people don't speak about this enough, is having the compassion for yourself to recognize
yes,
that it's okay if you do fuck up. It's okay if you miss a day, right? And you just get back on track afterwards. Because then guilt and shame comes in when we miss a day. Or we feel bad, like, oh man, I should be. No, Bisha, no, Chris. You've done this the same way for 15 years. Have some compassion for you for missing one day, but focus, get back on
exactly.
track and do that. But giving yourself a hug, saying, yo, like pointing out I've done it for 10 days in a row, like this idea. And I think
Mm,
all that in accumulation will allow you to become the person that you dream of, because we only know how to be the person we are right now. And the person that we
yeah,
dream of needs daily habits that are unlike what we're doing now in order to become that person, because the person that we are now is not the person that we want to become. Does that make you know what I mean?